Hello and welcome to part 1 of Chikmagaluru series of where we were supposed to leave at 4 a.m. but we left at 6:30 a.m. Anyway, we hit the road and then we had to have our breakfast, so we ordered idli sambar. But then it took me exactly 46 minutes to finish it because I couldn't open my mouth still and I was still recovering from my wisdom tooth extraction. And then we reached here after a long time. We stopped at the viewpoint so we could have a nice look at the scenery, and it was absolutely gorgeous, absolutely breathtaking. So we went to another viewpoint and then obviously took some pictures, and my parents loved it. It was gorgeous. This was on our way to Chikmagaluru, so this was technically the hills that we ended up having a look at. The monsoon hadn't started yet, so it was absolutely beautiful because of the sunrise. And then we moved ahead because we had to eventually reach Chikmagaluru. We reached there around like 9:30 a.m. but for our surprise, nothing except KFC was open for food. And we were starving. But anyway, the scenery was so beautiful that we even forgot that we were starving anyway. So we just started taking videos and pictures and enjoyed the views. Because, we don't come here every day. We saw many hairpin bends, and then we call this as ghati. So we technically climbed every corner, every 3-pin, and then saw this wonderful view here and there and everywhere, because everywhere we looked, it was green and pretty and beautiful and wonderful. This was our next stop, which is Mullayanagiri, and my mother wanted to climb to the utmost peak. And I was like, okay, how are you going to do it in your chappal? Because she was wearing chappal. And then we did actually climb the entire way up there. Me and my mother and my dad and my husband were sleeping in the car because they were absolutely tired. She is a superwoman who climbed that hill, and then she wanted to climb another one, but no. It was so worth climbing Mullayanagiri Peak because this view, it was beautiful 360 degrees. And then, my mother wanted to just get a house there on top of the Mullayanagiri Peak and wanted to stay there. I was like, no, we have to go back. So then finally she agreed to come home. Then I asked my mother to, just capture my beauty from the backside, which was fun. After which she saw another peak, which also she wanted to climb. And then I said, no, we got to go home. And then we came down eventually. Next stop was the coffee plantations. So I found this place on Google where they said they were going to show us around their coffee plantations. So we ended up in this house, which was very old, and it just made us all nostalgic because these were the houses which we only saw during our childhood, and even our neighbors' houses were like these, and it's not like that anymore. We then went to the plantations. This is all silver oak. The trees are silver oak. And then we also had a nice cup of coffee. They offered us a cup of coffee because we went to the land of coffee. And then back to the plantations. These are the coffee plants. They had around 2,000 coffee plants in 1 acre. And I think they had 8 acres of land. And we went around for an hour, after which we ended up here to have some sugarcane juice. And it was a nice little picnic spot we ended up in. The Hirekolala Lake was like a hidden spot, okay? Because once you go off-road, you wouldn't even realize there might be a lake there. This is where we stayed the night. We paid 4,000 rupees for the night, and it was a 3-bedroom house. So it was originally built as a house to live in, and now it's a homestay. If you come along with your family and friends, this will be absolutely gorgeous stay. The only problem was the electricity went off like immediately after we moved in for the night because of the rain starting. But it was nice and cool because it was Chikmagaluru. Today's day was absolutely beautiful. We had a lot of fun. So this is the end of day 1, and I will see you tomorrow in day 2 of Chikmagaluru series. Bye bye. Good night.